Man, it's Sunday. I've got a lot to do today, but I feel like I'm getting, it's just the Rocky theme song keeps coming to mind. Ba-dow, bow. Ba-dow, bow. Ba-dow, bow. Ba-dow, bow. Chicka-dow, bow. Chicka-dow, ba-da-go, chow. Chicka-dow-ka-zaka-doo. Zaka-ow. Zaka-zaka-ow. Zaka-ow, zow. That was at the end with the... Okay.
Do you know what pops up? The address to the building I'm in.
I got the part.
Wineland.
Okay, hey, so there's no way to recover after you just have a violent cough. You can't just continue your conversation. You almost have to follow it up with, pray for me. It's too crazy. Oh boy, do I have a busy weekend. I'm excited, but it is busy weekend. Tonight, I have a show at a banquet. I'm doing a banquet show, and what's kind of crazy about that is that I looked at the schedule and they have the comedian going on the same time as the food, and that is not good. That is not a good thing to do because nobody laughs while they're eating. They want their food. They're hungry. It's been all day. Even if they want to shave some of my time, it's much better because it's not going to be the benefit of any. They're going to be eating. They're not going to realize oh, I'm not laughing, therefore his energy's going down. They're just going to think oh, he's not really that good. And so it's not good for the comic, but it's also not good for the room because then the room is not going to enjoy their time. So we'll see. Let's see how this weekend goes. I wasn't scared, and the reason is because I love comedy so much. And what I realized is that love overcomes fear all day, every day. Amen. Amen. Thank you. And then I got married, and I realized love and fear kind of come together. Amen. The only man brave enough to say amen. All the other guys. So now it's Friday, and I have a men's conference that I am doing comedy at and emceeing. So I'm pretty excited. Yesterday went really well. Yesterday I thought was pretty successful. People knew me from a show I did with John Christ over at their church, and so they knew me, and they were like, oh wow, it's Chris. So that was cool. I was kind of taken back, didn't expect that. And so now this is the men's conference legacy. It should be good. I'm excited.
We can't end an argument that way. Half the time, we don't even know we're in an argument. Are you mad at me or something? You haven't talked to me for 2 weeks. Are we in a fight or did my wish come true? I just can't figure it out.
Tonight was interesting, and it was more of a... Man, what do I say? It was more of a all in, or it was, people were laughing. If they laughed at my joke, it was crazy laugh. Or it was a chuckle because they were analyzing the joke and being okay. There was one joke I said, and I saw smiles everywhere, but nobody laughed. And I think it was because, it's when you have men, every guy is sitting there and being oh, I could be this. I could do stand-up. Every guy thinks that regardless. I should have just said something on stage. I know you all are sitting here I could do it. Watch my videos, maybe, and I'll teach you. But anyway, good news is it went great. I had noticed that I only had a couple minutes left, and I was in the middle of my closing bit, and so I still had 5 more minutes to get to my closer. I had 20 jokes right there, right? And I was darn it, okay, hopefully I can get a laugh and an applause.
and then I'll just end. I'll just end wherever I get the laugh and applause. So I got a huge laugh and applause at this one part that was leading. It was starting the whole bit. So I was like, I can't really leave there. I just started the joke. It would be so weird. So I continued, and I went to a section where, like, it said 0, so I pretty much just ended it. And, I mean, the applause at the end was great. But it was just like, I was like, man, I knew I could have did better. So my point in saying that is I walked off stage, and I was a little upset at myself because I'm like, I knew, okay, it was a big room, so I should have slowed down my jokes. I should have told a joke and waited. Just let the laughs go because everybody is analyzing. But instead I was like, all right, that's good enough laugh. Let's move on. And it didn't help build it. Instead, it just shrank it. But the whole reason is because I wanted to get to my end joke. And I never even got to my end joke. So my thing is, just as an encouragement real quick, it's like there's so many times in life where we're just like, we're not taking our time in the moment because of where we're going to be. And that goes for you as a comic. If you're performing in open mics right now, don't try to skip on to like paid gigs if you're not ready, because it's not going to be worth it at the end if you skip. Take your time with it. If you're on stage and you're like, man, I everybody's like taking way too long to laugh because it's a big room. Just be great, just be so grateful that you're in a big room, a huge room. And so tomorrow I'm doing stand-up again. I'm doing 10 minutes, I think. I'm taking my time. I'm going to tell 3 jokes. I don't know if it'll be 3 jokes, but I really am going to take my time. I'm not going to do any big elaborate bits. I'm going to just go joke, and take my time on all of them. I'll tell a joke and I'll wait, and basically it'll be demanding the audience to say, laugh. Anyway, we'll see. This is Friday night. We'll see how Saturday morning goes. Hey, so I am in the green room. I just wanted to quickly do a little bit of a recap. So it went great. This was the second time, and I had told you yesterday that I was going to take my time and with the jokes, and so I did, and it didn't grow this time. It was such a different set, though, and I was like, this one should have been quicker. So you never know. You just got to read the room and just be able to switch, and I did. I switched, and I was like, okay, let's go in a different direction. So after you switch, you just go. All right, so anyway, I got tomorrow as a show, tomorrow evening. I got another show. We'll talk about it then.
Today I'm doing a show over in Sun City. I'm really excited about it. All weekend it has been different shows. So the biggest thing that I had to do this week is adapt. And I think that as a comedian you need to adapt. That's like the biggest thing. Comics, especially when they start, they think that they can just do whatever they want. Like they think, no, this is me, and if you don't like me, then you can walk. And that's fine, but you're not gonna get bookings. Me, I love to customize my set to what they need, to what the show needs. So now I'm headed over to a coffee shop where I am going to kind of look at my set list. From what I've been told, I think the youngest audience is in their 60s. So that's what we're doing. We'll see how it goes. All right, goodbye. That was a good applause. You guys applaud like my parents used to every time I walked out of the house. I remember when I was 18, I woke up on my 18th birthday with my grandfather standing over me. And he had a quarter in his hand. And he goes, wake up, kid. And I go, okay. And he goes, today, you're a man. Today, you're going to take this quarter, you're going to walk into the real world, buy yourself a newspaper, and find a job. I said, well, that's great, Grandpa, but newspapers cost more than a quarter. And he goes, welcome to the real world. The biggest takeaway from this weekend is that if I did not adjust in every show, then they wouldn't have had, I wouldn't have the most successful show of each night. And I felt like each night was really, really great. And it was memorable for each audience. And that was my goal. Because I'm there to serve them. And we always think that as an entertainer that the audience is supposed to serve us. And if you think that...
Continue on Arizona 101 loop north for 19 miles.
If you think that, you are not going to succeed in the long